Hi everyone, my name is Dylan, I'm from South Africa and welcome to my channel Cryptonatic. I cover all things related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, so let's get into it. Now, before I touch on today's content, I'd like to remind you of my YouTube channel. I also recently uploaded an update on my top picks for 2018. How have we done in this last month, and how has the coins that I picked fared over this last month. Also, if you want some more updates on a more regular basis, you can join my Cryptonatic group on Facebook. Just yesterday I made 2 posts about my thoughts on the market. I also uploaded a video on the weekend about what I think could be the potential bottom. That was not the case, but it's still nice to have some interactions and to see what people say and have a bit of a discussion. I also usually post things on Reddit. Now, I can't access Reddit. I don't know why, but over the past few days I can't access it. If anyone else is having problems or knows what's happening, please let me know. Other than that, I can't get on, so I can't share my content there. But if you rely on that to getting my content, please consider subscribing to the channel to get it directly, or join the Facebook group, etc. Okay, so the big day, the market. Now, I'd actually like to refresh this because I think these values are a bit older. But we see that over the last 24 hours we have some green. So we have some buying volume and some positive news coming out, and I'd like to touch on the positive news as well as some charts and why I think now could also be a potential bottom. Now, we did see the other day when I spoke about an $8,000 as the bottom, we did see a spike up, but there was unfortunately more bad news that came out. We do now see that there's a few projects that have pumped quite a high, and is a lot of volume and a lot of buying power coming into it. Now, reasons why I think this is the bottom, there's different things, and remember, this is advice and not and also my opinion, so please consider that and also do your own research. So on the 6th of February today, there was a big meeting that was held in USA. And this was the Securities, Commodities, and the committees and the regulations and government in America that was having a meeting speaking about cryptocurrencies. Where do they see it? What's their take on things? And this actually happened an hour before I made this video. We've seen that Korea and China have come out with their news, and some good, mostly bad, but also they want regulations that can govern these things. They don't want people to lose money, to get scammed, and to ultimately lose trust in the cryptocurrency market, because it's also good. It's new technology and it can advance the country as a whole. There is a transcript of exactly what happened in the meeting. If you'd like to take a look at that, I can leave the link down below in the description. But generally, their comments and ideas were positive. This is great for the cryptocurrency market, and I believe that this is something that people can look at and see that, you know what, America is positive, has a positive outlook on cryptocurrencies, and that gives confidence in the market to buy in. We also have the Commodities Futures Trading Commission that wants to take a do not harm approach. So they also want to encourage a positive ecosystem for cryptocurrencies. So that is also great news for us. There's also a person on Twitter called Crypto Yoda. He uploaded quite a nice write-up of fiat money, your dollars and your rands, pounds, that sort of thing, and how people are losing hope in that. and people will start investing more into gold and silver and then cryptocurrencies. So that is also something quite true and a great piece to go check. So also go search him on YouTube and read that tweet. We also got some other great news from Coinbase. Now Coinbase, if you don't know, they're one of the companies with the largest amount of people and volume and money that gets their fiat dollars, whatever, into cryptocurrency and also withdraws it. So they are also starting to implement Segwit. Now that just means an upgrade on the Bitcoin network that makes cheaper and faster transactions, which is also great, and it's the new update that is coming into the market, and it's also good news for Bitcoin. Last bit of good news, and there's a lot more, but just some key highlights. Litecoin, as you may know, Bitcoin is more a store of value and is directly compared to gold, where Litecoin is used more or seen as a payment solution. So a lot of places accept Bitcoin as payment. I also believe this, but Litecoin will be mostly accepted as a payment. And we have Alliance Payments. They are also going to start accepting Litecoin as a payment, which is great news for Litecoin and the general cryptocurrency market. Now, markets, charts. I honestly thought that this point over here at about 8,000 would be our low, and from here on we would then move higher. Reason for that is previously we had a bit of a run up earlier or late last year. We turned around, did a bit of a correction and a dump, and then from there we moved up to 20,000. And I thought this would be a good support. We would bounce off of that and then go higher. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I had my reasons why I think this could be the bottom. We have all this great news which we didn't have at 8,000. But something to also take note of is this green bar over here. Now if I zoom in a little bit, you'll see that this is volume. So the higher the bar, the more volume, meaning transactions going back and forth. The higher the volume, the greater the price increase or decrease. So you see when the price fell like this, you had a lot of red, a lot of selling volume, and also at these other places or other key places where the price dipped and crashed quite a bit. Now we have a lot of green buying volume. You can see that the price is hovering around the 7,000 mark for the past few hours, and the last time we saw such a great volume bar was back in September. Now you'll remember that in September we had this correction and we had a lot of green volume that pushed up the markets, and from there we then moved higher. And if you compare that to where we are now, you'll see that this volume candle is nearly in line, or at least outweighs the volume over the last few weeks, which means there's a lot of more buying volume coming into the market. There's also a YouTuber and trader with the name of Dallin Anderson. He also has, his channel is High Altitude Investing. The other day, on the 3rd of February, he posted that Bitcoin is the same as gold, which we've heard of a lot, and it is creating this wedge, and it is very similar to what gold did. So you'll see that there's a lot of comparisons with this, and it had a first low, second low, last low, and he basically called that at about $7,000. Unfortunately, we dipped down to 6,000, and now we are hovering at 7,000, but that will go down a little bit more, and he predicted that at about $9,300. We can also see in his updates over here, normal market sentiment, new money starting to buy, and people chasing the hype, and then the new money, the noobs, they start getting scared when the price dumps, and ultimately they all get shaken out and they sell on the way down. And the strong hands, the people that are invested for the long run, that believe in cryptocurrencies, they still in the market and they buy at the bottom here. So I'm hoping that the price then moves up and we set new highs in the coming weeks and months. Taking a look at Ethereum, we also see that it dumped quite a bit. We've got a great green volume candle over here, indicating a lot of buying pressure. And then also this line at the bottom here is the moving average. Now this is a 200-day moving average, so it takes 200 days of price action into account. But we see that previously from the 200-day the price came down, touched or just about touched that line, shot up, touched that line, shot up, and now it has come down, touch that line, and hopefully we will then see it stabilize and move higher. Another example is Litecoin. We can also see that this price moved up and it dropped down and it hit previous resistance, turned into support, and with the Fibonacci extension it came down to the 0.786, which is a good level to buy in and a good retracement level. Another one of my favorites, Neo, also did the same thing, ran up, came down and touched the 0.786 level. So in general, to sum up, the sentiment, the feeling of the market is positive. So that's one very important factor to take a look at. We can look at graphs all day, but if the market is not wanting to buy in, that means nothing. There's good news, a lot of good advancements and things that are coming into the cryptocurrency space, so that's one thing. The markets and the charts, should I say, look good, and the charts are also telling us that it's good conditions to buy in. So my personal opinion, now is not a bad time to buy in. I'm trying to get some more money into cryptocurrency and to buy in. This is not advice, but also my opinion, so please don't go take all your savings and invest it into cryptocurrency. You need to have a good risk to reward and be careful with what you invest, because if you, for instance, bought anywhere in the last month or two, you would have been far down on your price or on your amount of capital, so that would not be too good, and it's very scary to lose that much money in a few short weeks. That is then all for this video. I hope that you held strong, that you have more confidence in the market, and that from here we can move to new highs, to the moon, and get those Lambos and all those amazing things that people keep speaking about. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.